The first thing you do when you come home may be teaching your dog anxiety. Not because you are cruel. Not because you are careless. But because love, when it arrives too loudly, can feel like a storm inside a dog's body. Before you even touch the door, your dog has already started reading the world. The sound of your car. The rhythm of your steps. The tiny metal song of your keys. The scent of you moving closer through the hallway. To you, coming home is one simple moment. To your dog, it is a chain of signals. Their ears lift. Their breathing changes. Their muscles tighten. Their eyes move toward the door. And by the time your hand turns the knob, your dog is not beginning to feel excited. They are already there. Already high. Already waiting. Already full. Then you walk in. Tired from the day. Carrying bags, noise, stress, and that quiet human guilt of having been gone too long. Your dog rushes toward you. Their tail moves fast. Their paws leave the floor. Their mouth opens. Their body seems to say, "You are back. You are back. You are finally back." And because you love them, you make the moment bigger. You raise your voice. You say their name. You bend down quickly. You touch their head. You let them jump. You laugh. You hug. You call it love. But your dog's nervous system may be calling it something else. Too much. Too fast. Too soon. This is the part many owners never hear. Your dog can be happy to see you, and still be overwhelmed by the way you arrive. Both can be true. A wagging tail does not always mean a relaxed dog. A joyful face does not always mean a calm body. A dog can love you so deeply that their whole system loses balance for a moment. And if every time that happens, you answer the flood with more energy, you may be teaching their body to flood again tomorrow. And the next day. And the next. Because the first minute after you walk through the door is not just a greeting. It is one of the most repeated training sessions your dog receives. You do it every day. Sometimes twice. Sometimes 3 times. And dogs remember patterns better than we remember intentions. So today, we are not going to make your love smaller. We are going to make it safer. Because sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for your dog is not to say hello immediately. It is to become calm enough for them to land. Your dog's excitement does not begin at the door. The door is only the final signal. The real beginning happens earlier. A sound outside. A vibration through the floor. The familiar rhythm of your footsteps. The scent of your body returning to the home. Your dog's brain begins predicting. Something is coming. Someone is close. My person is near. And if your dog has learned that your arrival always becomes a huge emotional event, their body begins climbing before you even enter. By the time the door opens, they may already be near the top. That is why they seem impossible to calm down. They are not starting from 0. They may already be at 8. Then your high voice, your fast hands, your excited touch, and your full attention push them to 10. Maybe 11. According to the RSPCA, dogs can show stress, arousal, or discomfort through subtle body language. Lip licking. Yawning. Turning away. Tense posture. Whale eye. Pinned ears. Restless movement. But during greetings, many owners miss these signs because the dog also looks happy. The tail is moving. The body is moving. The dog is coming closer. So we say, "Look how happy they are." And yes, they are happy. But happiness does not cancel overload. A child can be happy at a birthday party and still become overstimulated. A dog can be thrilled that you are home and still be unable to process the size of the moment. This is where love gets misunderstood. We think a bigger reaction means a stronger bond. But to your dog's nervous system, bigger does not always mean safer. Sometimes bigger means harder to recover from. A flooded dog is not being dramatic. A flooded dog is not being stubborn. A flooded dog is a body full of emotion with no clear path back down. This is why your dog may jump, mouth your hands, scratch your clothes, spin in circles, ignore their name, grab a toy and shake it wildly, run from room to room, or seem unable to hear the simplest cue. They are not choosing chaos. They are inside it. And if every day, that chaos brings your voice, your hands, your face, and your full attention, then the chaos becomes useful. Your dog learns. This is how I reach you. This is how I get connection. This is what reunion feels like. Behavioral research shows that behavior followed by attention is more likely to repeat. This does not mean your dog is manipulating you. It means your dog is learning. And dogs learn with their whole body. If jumping brings your hands, jumping becomes part of the greeting. If barking brings your voice, barking becomes part of the greeting. If spinning brings laughter, spinning becomes part of the greeting. If frantic energy brings closeness, frantic energy becomes tied to love. That is the painful truth. Sometimes, without meaning to, we teach our dogs that losing control is the doorway to affection. And once that pattern becomes strong, the problem does not stay at the door. It spreads into the day. Because if your return becomes the biggest emotional event in your dog's world, then your absence becomes the shadow of that event. The dog waits, listens, predicts, checks the window, paces near the door, reacts to every car, every hallway sound, every elevator, every footstep. Not because they are bad, not because they are needy, not because they are trying to control you, but because the reward at the end has become too enormous to ignore. Your return becomes a mountain. So your absence becomes the valley beneath it. And some dogs live in that valley all day. This is why some cases of mild separation distress are not only about leaving. They are also about returning. The dog may not simply be thinking, "My person is gone." They may be trapped in the question, "When will the emotional explosion happen again?" Every huge greeting deepens that loop. That does not mean you caused your dog's anxiety. Dogs are complex. Genetics matter. Early experience matters. Health matters. Routine matters. Exercise, sleep, environment, and past trauma all matter. But your greeting can become part of the mechanism. And if it can become part of the mechanism, it can also become part of the healing. If you have ever seen your dog look joyful but unable to settle, comment 1. Not because you did something wrong, but because once you see the difference between excitement and peace, you never greet your dog the same way again. This is where the 3-minute rule begins. For the first 3 minutes after you enter your home, you do almost nothing. You do not push your dog away. You do not scold. You do not say no. You do not command them to sit. You do not stare. You do not bend down. You do not touch their head as you pass. You do not say their name in that soft, guilty voice. You simply enter. You breathe. You put down your keys. You remove your shoes. You hang your coat. You walk through the room calmly. Your body says, Nothing dangerous is happening. Nothing enormous is required. We are safe. This feels cruel at first, especially if you are the kind of person who has built your whole evening around that greeting. Your dog may look confused. They may try harder. They may jump higher. They may whine. They may nudge your hand. They may circle your legs as if asking, "Did you forget me?" And your heart may hurt a little. But you are not forgetting them. You are changing the language. You are not saying, "I do not love you." You are saying, "You do not have to lose yourself to receive me." That is a very different message. The 3-minute rule is not cold. It is not punishment. It is not emotional distance. It is a quiet room for your dog's nervous system. The door opens, but nothing explodes. The person enters, but the body does not need to panic. The dog begins to learn. I can come down. I can breathe. Love will still arrive. And then, only when your dog softens, you greet them. Not when they are at the peak. Not when paws are in the air. Not when their breath is frantic. Not when their whole body is shouting. You wait for the dog underneath the excitement. The dog who takes a slower breath. The dog whose tail becomes loose instead of frantic. The dog who glances at you instead of crashing into you. The dog who stands with 4 paws on the floor. The dog who maybe walks away for a moment. The dog who finally believes that love will still be there after the excitement fades. That is when you say hello. Slowly. Low voice. Soft body. No big performance. You crouch slightly sideways, not leaning over them. You offer your hand if they want it. You pet the chest, not the top of the head. A few slow, steady strokes. Then you stop before the energy climbs again. This matters. The greeting should not become another emotional mountain. It should be a bridge. A quiet acknowledgement between 2 beings who share a home. You came back. They are here. Nothing needs to become wild for that to be beautiful. And if your dog jumps, this is where many owners make the second mistake. They make jumping into a conversation. They say, "Off. Down. No. Stop." They push. They grab collars. They use their knees. They get frustrated. And the dog feels all of it. Your hands. Your voice.
Good girl.
Your eye contact. Your movement. Even your irritation can become part of the greeting. To a highly aroused dog, any intense response may feel like engagement. So the behavior gets stronger. Jumping is not dominance. This myth has confused dog owners for far too long. David Meck's work helped clarify that the old alpha wolf idea was often misunderstood, especially when people tried to apply it to domestic dogs. Your dog is not jumping because they are trying to rule your home. Your dog is jumping because your face is high. And your face is where the information is. Your eyes. Your mouth. Your breath. Your expression. Your scent. Your attention. To a dog, your face is a social doorway. Jumping is often just the fastest route to it. Not a character flaw. Not a power move. An instinctive attempt to reach connection. So do not fight the jump. Make the jump useless. When your dog jumps, turn your whole body slightly away. Not angrily. Not dramatically. Just become unavailable. No eyes. No voice. No hands. A calm wall. The instant forepaws touch the floor, the world opens again. You turn back. You stay soft. You offer calm attention. If they jump again, the wall returns. If they land again, connection returns. This teaches a simple truth. The floor brings access. The air removes it. No shouting required. No dominance battle. No emotional explosion. Just a pattern your dog can understand. And everyone in the home must do it. One person cannot teach calm while another person rewards the leap. Dogs are brilliant observers of inconsistency. If one family member allows jumping, your dog will keep trying. Not because they are stubborn. Because sometimes it works. And behavior that sometimes works can become even stronger. If you want to try this calmer doorway for the next 30 days, comment 1. Let that number be your quiet promise to your dog. Not a promise to be perfect. Just a promise to become easier for their nervous system to trust. Now, if you have more than one dog, the doorway becomes even more important. Because the greeting is not only about you. It is also about access, pressure, and emotional competition between dogs. Imagine this. You open the door. 2 dogs rush forward. One is faster. One is bolder. That dog reaches you first. You instinctively touch them first. The second dog pushes in. You laugh. You pat both. But maybe the first dog gets more. Maybe the second dog has to squeeze through. Maybe this happens every day. 4 months. 4 years. And slowly, the dogs learn that your attention is something to compete for. Not because they are jealous in the human sense. But because access to you matters. You are safety. You are food. You are warmth. You are movement. You are the center of the household rhythm. So when one dog repeatedly reaches you first and receives you first, the other dog may begin to feel pressure. This is where tension can begin. Not always around food. Not always around toys. Sometimes around you. The solution is not to rank them. The solution is to remove the race. When you come home, both dogs receive the same calm silence. No dog gets the first emotional prize. No dog wins the doorway. Both settle. Both breathe. Both learn that your affection is not a limited resource. Then, when the time comes to greet them, vary the order. Some days one dog first. Some days the other. Keep it casual. Keep it small. No ceremony. No competition. Your love should feel like weather, not a trophy. Present. Reliable. Not something they have to fight over. After 30 days of this, the change may not look dramatic from the outside. There may be no magical movie scene. No instant transformation. But inside your dog, something important begins to shift. Week 1, your dog may protest the new pattern. They may escalate. They may act confused. They may try every old behavior harder. This is normal. The old contract has changed. They are checking whether the old doorway still opens. Stay gentle. Stay steady. Week 2, small moments appear. Maybe your dog pauses before jumping. Maybe they stand instead of launching. Maybe they shake off. Maybe they grab a toy and settle. Maybe they watch you put down your keys without crashing into your legs. Do not miss these moments. This is your dog trying on a new nervous system. Week 3, the door begins to lose some of its charge. Your dog may still come to meet you. That is okay. Calm does not mean emotion disappears. Calm means emotion has a container. They can be glad without being flooded. They can approach without exploding. They can love without losing control. Week 4, the evening changes. This is the part many owners do not expect. The door was only the beginning. A dog who is not flooded at 6 o'clock may rest better at 9. A dog who is not rewarded for frantic arousal may listen better during training. A dog who does not experience your return as an emotional earthquake may handle your next departure with less panic. Not always. Not perfectly. But often enough that you begin to see the truth. The greeting was never just about the greeting. It was about the emotional contract of the home. Every day, when you enter, you teach your dog what your return means. A storm. Or safety. A performance. Or peace. A moment they must explode into. Or a moment they can soften inside. And here is the deepest part. When your dog learns to stay calmer as you return, they are not loving you less. They are trusting you more. They no longer need to throw their whole body into the air to prove what you mean to them. They no longer need to panic their way into your arms. They no longer need to make the moment enormous just to make sure it is real. They begin to understand something every loved dog deserves to know. You came back. And love is still here. Even in quiet. Especially in quiet. So tomorrow, when you open the door, try this. Do not perform love immediately. Carry it calmly. Walk in like safety has a body. Let your dog feel that your presence does not require a storm. Wait 3 minutes. Wait for breath. Wait for softness. Wait for the dog beneath the excitement. Then greet that dog. The calmer dog. The safer dog. The dog who has been trying to reach you through all that noise. And when you finally touch them like a promise. Not loud. Not rushed. Not guilty. Steady. Warm. Certain. Because your dog does not need a louder love. Your dog needs a safer love. And sometimes, the most loving thing you can do when you come home is not to say hello right away. It is to become the calm place your dog was waiting for all day. If this changed the way you see your dog's greeting, comment 1. Not because you failed your dog before, but because today, you heard something softer beneath their excitement. And for the next 30 days, try the 3-minute rule. Not perfectly. Just honestly. Then come back and tell us what changed at your door. Because here at Paws Mind, we do not just train behavior. We learn to hear what the behavior was trying to say. Subscribe if you want to understand the quiet language your dog has been speaking all along.